alongside Louvre on the red, and both sides are the up-and-coming squads in MPL MYSG. Todak has been winning a whole lot of local tournaments as well as some minor ones as well. And from the side of Louvre, we talk about the stacked roster that they have. Legends like LY4, WCXD, and they just have so much to offer. But they spoke about LY4 being in the army. Yeah. Maybe he might not have as much time to train, but remember last season they said, you know, talent beats hard work. But we'll leave the action do the talking.
We'll leave the results do the talking. But in this case here, Todak was the previous MDC champion for Season 3, I believe. MDC, right? Yeah. So in this case here, this is going to be the opening debut towards the regular season here. And this is going to be our first time seeing how they're going to fare well against each other. Considering how their introduction video as well, Todak did mention as well, the teams they do not want to face is going to be Louvre Esports here. And right off the bat, they're going to be fighting against each other here. But let's talk a little bit more into the bans here. Kimi and Xbox right off the bat being taken out from the side of Todak. They are afraid of these two heroes in particular as compared to any other heroes here, which is, I would say, a smart ban. Honestly, it's a smart ban.
It's the safest option that they have.
Safest option compared to other heroes like the mage OP mages. You know, like Harif, they have the Lunox, we have the Lilia as well and stuff like that. But Cho being taken out from side Louvre Esports, this is going to be opening the Grok up for grabs for sure.
Imoli snatching that one away, which leaves like a lot of all these great tags on the table. If they really want to secure Granger, it's up to them as well. Louvre is going to opt for that Harif pickup instead. Now, what will LY4 like to go in with the second pick? We'll have to find out, but they will open up Terizla for the very first time for today. We totally forgot about that.
We've forgotten about how strong Terizla is as well as a secondary tank, or maybe even a potential offlaner. Not a big fan of it, but still, the flexibility is the key to drafting in the most good scenarios here. Cho being taken out, you still have an option for Terizla to play maybe a secondary tank or maybe even an offlaner in this kind of situations here. So this is going to leave things a little bit of guessing games here coming from Todak. How are they going to take this here? And Esmeralda to try and deal with the Harif's shield being dashed from the Chrono Dashers here. So it's great pickup there. I definitely liking this here. Todak going to be taking the Kufra as a secondary tank here. Very similar drops here coming from the previous games, I think. Second series himself here.
That's true. But what I see from Louvre is definitely something that's pretty fresh, because we hardly see Leomort as well as Terizla working hand in hand throughout the series that we've seen today. But we see a very beefy lineup coming from the side of Todak, and it's all about the sustains, but having Terizla as well as Harif alongside with Leomort, they should be able to shred all these shields and armors, everything on the table. But down to the second phase of the draft, we see Akai as well as Haya again take it out. What do you feel about this?
Well, they're picking the Granger here. I like the Akai ban for sure, considering that they've already shown their hands in terms of taking their two tanks from side of Todak, right? So why not just limit the tanks even more? And not to mention, Akai fares really well against Esmeralda. Like Franco as a counter pick to try and deal with it is okay, but considering how Louvre has dropped their drafts here, I don't think having a Franco as a front tank as compared to Terizla is that great as well. Like having two secondary tanks in a draft is not the most ideal situation, but they're rough.
They're off its debut in the MPL. We're talking about another fighter, that's great, but we haven't seen Belric in a long time. He's been hiding in the shelves for one full season.
We've seen a couple of sneak peeks here from Belric, but didn't go so well. Evo's tried that strategy from Season 3. They buffed it up really hard, but based on the meta itself, it's still not enough because there are just so many fast-paced heroes in the pool. I don't think Belric is that great as compared.
Rafa is going to be better, maybe?
Seeing how Evo's played earlier, I have to agree that Rafa is actually better because it actually helps with the mobilities coming from Terizla.
Yeah, and I'm looking at Terizla the moment we talk about Rafa because she'll be able to help that Terizla to sustain even longer when he's so hard to even kill off.
Exactly.
So this is like some sort of that immunity that they do have, and a lot more mobility as the Holy Baptism is all this healing will be able to actually provide a whole lot.
Tim Louvre Esports, korang ada Jason Koh yang dah tua, so bolehlah bersara untuk Premier ML. Bagilah peluang pada buah-buahan di sini. Buah-buahan dekat Todak.
Tu Todak. It's because Jason Ko is old already. That's why he needs to teach you guys how to play.
I know that was a little bit sudden there, but we've totally forgotten about the town video. I'm sorry for that. But at the same time, I like how Todak is describing themselves as fruits. You know, they're like the most, you know what? Like if I get a chance to meet them, I would definitely call them, "Oi, SpongeBob!" You know, in kind of situations here. But I like how they describe themselves as fruits here, and they're making me hungry. And I like how the productions has been doing and featuring Louvre Esports. Like he's like Jason Ko is like holding this hammer, like those kind of moms where just cooking from the kitchen here.
Yeah.
But okay, ladies and gentlemen, here this is gonna be game 1 in this third series for day 1 today here. Todak is gonna be from the blue side, and Louvre Esports will be on the red side here. And in terms of draft wise, it's hard to decide here, but the Dirov pick coming from Todak, amazing pick. Is super undervalued as an offlaner. We shall see how it's going to be done right now.
And immediately we see AY getting chunked down real low, and I like how they brought out that, you know, great old Uncle Justin Ko will teach you a lesson, but we don't even see Uncle Ko on the table. Sorry, he's still pretty young. Don't blame me for that. But Todak having some good start over the top side of the lane. I feel like they're just going to get some really good initial pharma on both sides of the jungle, taking great rotations as compared to, you know, Louvre side. They are just having a lot of full focus over mid lane, while sharing that farm Terizla as well as the Harif. It's going to take time for them to ramp up.
Definitely, yeah. In terms of ramping up as well, I'm a little bit curious to see how X-Ray manages his spells here, because trying to get those charges, to get those burst damage is going to be tough here. But fortunately for them, they do get the crab buff on towards Moon down bottom side though.
Well, we'll have to see whether Sailor Moon could possibly carry the team for the side of Todak. Well, there's a lot of pressure mounting towards the mid lane, while we see Nanas going in for a dive already. AY going to be popped out by Gushin immediately with that inconvenience.
Quick pick off here coming from Chiku, and now Todak getting 2 crabs here. You can see Louvre Esports, they want to get a little bit of consolation prize here, and they will get the Nanas themselves. So a little bit of SpongeBob pineapple getting thrown in the way to Louvre to cook up some amazing recipes here.
Oh, there we go. Moon's just gonna go in and absorb some shields and immediately go in with a pop. And there we go. One more kill for the Gushin, making it 2. While E1's gonna possibly drop to the Terizla. And 2 for 2 trade. I think it's fair. They overextended, going in the jungle, and that was extremely unnecessary.
Pops goes the Weasel indeed here. It's Todak. Sailor Moon is going to be available here. I like how it's actually a great reference, considering how Esmeralda spells is like Falling Star, Falling Moon, and etc. Crescent Moon and stuff like that, the passive ability.
That's
so
great.
Yeah, great.
The stars all align for this one, but this might just be a steal. What WChai is gonna do is try to negate this from happening, but the pressure's enough. They will be able to secure that damage, and that's gonna be a little bit trade turtle for a kill.
Nanas there overextending his stay up there, trying to provide a little bit of zone cover from the side of Todak. Unfortunately, they do get the turtle buff, but Tyrant's Reach was saved for another battle here. So Todak is going to be trying to reset this fight here, but Louvre Esports, they're trying to get some kind of objectives here, and right now, that is going to be stealing the buff away from Sailor Moon in this regards.
Oh no, I guess like they just lose out on one of the buffs. It's still going to be fine while they're waiting for D-Roth to hit that mid to late game. What do you feel about this D-Roth pick? Because I feel like X-Ray on that D-Roth is a very situational hero, and it feels a lot like, you know, something like a Martis. You don't really have hot crowd controls, but a lot of damage.
In a way, Martis has crowd control, but I feel like X-Ray is like a burst kind of assassin. And in this regards here, they're trying to make, like you saw how they rotated from side Todak, right? But that thought for now, Tyrant's Reach missing here. Nice out from Rafaela, 2-man stun here. This is going to be a tough one from Chico. Will he be able to sustain this here? Here comes Aeon from behind, but no, unfortunately, will not going to be able to burst damage coming from wall dash here. Then Nas will get taken out, and Louvre Esports quick rotations coming in here and wraps out 2 guys in the bag.
That's some great effort coming in from the side of Louvre with the retake as well as the counter engage, taking down members from the side of Todak, leading out with a 5-2 scoreline for the time they WQXD was trying to juggle the waves, but they've already managed to take that very first tower of the game. Leading up the way will be Louvre Esports with that 2K in hand.
Exactly here. Great stuff here, but at the same time, consolation prize is going to be a tier 1 down bottom from side of Todak themselves here. Louvre Esports, they're trying to set up shop a little bit here. Will they find a bite right here? Will they find a fish in the sea here? Nunas can show his position right now. I'm pretty sure Louvre saw this, but looks like they will back off and focus on the towers in the middle tower right now.
Oh, that's going to be some commitment coming in from the side of E1, dropping real low, but WChai's up right into the back. A huge one coming out from Tarisla has managed to slam his way through. And over the back, we see Esmeralda getting one as well. Adam will be focused by X-Ray. X-Ray not having enough damage to burst him right through, but WQXD goes on the defensive seat and tries to take them all down. Then that's in between all these members of Louvre, but he will be him surviving all the way. Rafa will be able to wrap one up, leaving only Moon, the only one standing.
Mistakes were made coming from Todak here. You saw X-Ray try to finish off the last member from, a load member from the side of Louvre Esports, but unfortunately it doesn't get the thing here. But at the same time, I understand from the perspective of Todak here. They saw the Zaman Force being used from the side of Adam already, but because of that Zaman Force, they overcommitted their stay here and they just couldn't find those right angles to pick off here. And AY with his timing, with the heals on the Rafaela, amazing timing coming from them.
Oh, here comes Nunas as well. A little bit overextended. He tried to get that knockup coming in, but E1's gonna run for his life. Here comes Boone as well, dropping right into the middle. Not really connecting the L. Well, good effort though.
Good effort indeed here, but you have to give credit towards the WChai right there. That penalty zone was spot on from Louvre Esports, but at this time now, will it continue to be a huge factor here? And like you said, Contra, I know it's a really big concern from the Dira pick here from X-Ray, but is it going to be coming up online very shortly here? Because he needs a couple more items before it comes up online though.
Yeah, it's going to take a little while for him to really become that late game monster. But you see, the moment you speak of it, we see a lot of all these members from Louvre just trying to look for the kill, but he already sensed that danger, and this will be an immediate turret takedown. So it's a 1-for-1 trade over the top side as well, and mid lane's just not going to have much of the action at all. He's going to go in and secure 2 in a row for the side of Louvre.
I like how they committed the Zaman Force just to clear off the tower as quickly as they can here. Rotation is going to be a quick ice here, but now they're greedy, going a little bit greedy to try getting another tier 2 here, but look at this, WQXD buying time for the team here, and he pushed back everyone from the side of Todak.
I feel like this is too much of a commitment for the side of Todak to even consider taking 2 in a row. They only have 3 men with them as compared to Louvre. They already had their plan secured, and like you said, having the Zaman Force giving Adam a lot more to work with. Immediately takes down not 1 but 2, and now we're looking at the tables here, and E1 possibly gonna get committed here from the side of WChai, but neither one are really overextending to the jungle at all.
Exactly here, but speaking of which, as of now here, Louvre Esports focusing their objectives into the middle lane here, but the turtle is going to be focused as of now, and Todak, I don't think they're contesting this here, because right now, it's now or never. If they do not contest this, WKXD is going to, well, I would say do a lot more work here, but in this case, they just walk away with turtle.
It's just freebie turtles for the side of Louvre, if you want to really put it in that sense. Now, I think that Todak is giving them a lot more respect than they deserve in that sense. Like, they're playing a little bit more passively after losing a couple of those fights. I understand they really don't want to risk it anymore, because one more bad fight, Louvre possibly will have huge lead.
Speaking of respect-wise here, I can understand why Todak is playing this passively in a sense here, because they're just so afraid of what WChai brings to the table. You saw how the penalty zone just shut down 3 players right off the bat, and that was because that was on top that Zaman Force was on cooldown. But imagine if Louvre Esports, they had the Zaman Force in their C5s here. It's going to be a disaster for Todak, so playing it safe, very smart of Todak.
Especially the mid lane fight, that penalty zone was huge in the middle of 3 members of Todak, and I think that they were really caught up, and they cannot even focus on the side of WChai. And it's only understandably why there's no point for you to even focus on that Tarisla, but we're looking at a stalemate as of current. Nobody's really making proactive moves, but here comes Menas, just trying to go in for the catch. E1's gonna slam them through the wall with that wall charge. Emily going in for that sort of knockup as well. Flicker being extended right there. WChai will be stunned through the wall as Menas goes in for the Tyrant's Rage. A little bit of trade-off right there. E1 still surviving, but it's gonna be Moon trying to look for some pickups over the back, but being left all alone, that will mean that Leomort will be able to take one alongside with LY4.
WQXD just finishing up the crew coming from Todak here, but you saw how W-Chai, despite missing the penalty zone a little bit here, but at the same time you saw how tanky he was as a secondary tank, right? He was just doing so much work. He's doing more damage than a Grok should do. Creep clear amazingly quick as well, and because of that, they just came out on top, and Todak just respecting this so much. And right now, Nas has been missing his Tyrant's Revenge for quite some time now. And because of that, this leaves a lot of opening towards Louvre Esports, because the Tyrant's Revenge is to set things up for the bouncing ball, try and negate some of the mobilities from Louvre Esports here. And Louvre Esports, they understand this. And because of that, they're just dodging most of these aggressions or maybe assault coming from Todak.
That's right, and looks like they've already initiated on that Lord attempt coming from inside of Louvre, dropping it real quick. It's going to hit towards 40%, but here comes E1. There's going to be a little bit of bait and switch as they go in for the setup, and E1 getting caught in a rock in a hard place, uses the wild charge to escape, and they're running for their lives. Adam's still going on the chase, and now Louvre knows that they've already expended way too much of their elements. They're going to commit to this one once again, and might just be a second bait to lure them into a trap. Might just seal the deal, but Nunas gets some great knock up in the air, and there comes the rest of the cavalry arriving, and they are all segregated all across. This is a total disaster for a side of Todak, as they have to deal with a little bit of a disaster there, but Dirov gets himself a kill, but it's a double for LY4. Then that's still trying to march right in, trying to deal with W-Chai. But now, seems like tides have definitely turned. LY4 getting focused on. Here comes Zico! 1-for-1 trade. Mega kill for the side of LY4. And now 1 versus 2. W-Chai, can he make it out? There's not enough damage, but he's trading right back.
He's strong, he's strong. He's got a damage. As more HP is being reduced here from side Terisla, he dishes out a damage here. That seemed like a disaster from side Todak, because Ninas actually got knocked out from the side of the Lord, and because he misses Tyrant's Rage. But despite that, the Dirov is starting to come up online here. You saw how much work X-Ray was just cutting the backlines from the side of Louvre Esports. They could not regroup and reposition themselves to try and deal with W-Chai and Adam. There was no way the Hari could have done much there, because Moon is constantly soaking up all his shield, doing way a lot of damage here towards Adam here. Because of that, it's just unfortunate from Louvre. And not to mention as well, in terms of gold and economy here, Adam has only got 1 kill and 11 assists.
Yeah.
It's not the greatest economy. You still get some money, but he really needs to rack up those kills here in order to catch up in terms of economy.
Yeah, I mean, those assists are really great, but as the main carrier of the team, you really need to do a whole lot more. That's a kill secured from the side of X-Ray. Great work from the carry right there, as we see Dirov securing yet another. And I like how both Chiku as well as X-Ray immediately dives onto Adam. They really want to lock down some of the squishes target on the table and immediately look for the top tier 2 tower, and over the mid side as well. Only a few hits for them to break it down, but they're still escorting the minutes into the mid lane.
As of now, Todak perfectly understands their draft around Dirov here. Dirov excels 3-4, but mid game it's a little bit lacking coming from them. But this is the late game phase right now. Todak is just abusing. Can X-Ray pull a win here? But the Lord getting pushed off here. You can see Eon as well trying to zone the guys from side Louvre Esports here, but it's just buying a little bit more time here. But they need to respect this here, because you can see they are trying to snipe off the top tower coming from Todak. They're resetting right now, but top side, you can see Todak.
Oh,
they
it's
got
a
a side
switch. Oh, it's just a little bit of a split push coming in. 2 men versus 1. WQXD do not have enough time, but here comes the burst, taking down the Leomort. But LY4 is on duty. That's going to be him taking it down.
The Abyssum Strike, if that landed here, the additional lifesteal could have saved his life a little bit, by a little bit of time a second here, but still. Great snipe there coming from Todak, but now the Lord is going to be up for grabs here. They want to keep Louvre Esports up check here. At the same time, you can see top side, Gushan is nowhere near to reposition right here. But Louvre, they do not want to overcommit this here. They've lost the Leomon. They're trying to buy enough time here. But
and yeah, like this is something that's a really difficult situation for both teams to be at, because anyone messes up in that sort of a fight, whether it's the Lord or the top side, one of them is going to lose out, and they are trying to create this condition. Todak, they know they're on the back foot. They're trying all they can for a pickoff.
Uh-oh, Aeon trying to buy a little bit of time here and space for the guys from Todak here. He's opening the map a little bit here, but unfortunately, he's done all he can. The Lord has stormed his way through, but the Lord is going to be focused as of now. You can see the rest of the guys from Todak is coming in here, but the HP dropping low. The Nas, nicely done. Tyrant's Rage catches too. Great stuff from them, but the wraparound is going to be enough. Lord! He slaps everyone, but Louvre Esports almost dropping with their life, and they might actually fall here. Todak making full use of the power of the Lord, and they will take down the Terizla in the process.
Look at the graph as well. Oh my goodness, E1's doing it once more. Here comes Moon as well. LY4 coming in.
What are you doing? What are you doing, LY4? Can you do this? But here comes X-Ray from behind. WQXD is surviving his way through here, and they will give up the tier 2. But the Lord has been resetted as of now. But Louvre Esports, unfortunate turns on events here. The Lord, the slam. What was that, Contra?
They timed it perfectly. They waited for it. And they hopped in at the perfect time. Here comes E1 as well. Frame brought down Rule. And here comes LY4 chunking out the damage for the depth of Nada as well. AY almost getting down low. And that will be E1 being killed off as LY4 is trying to take him down. There is the immortality as you said. But X-Ray in the middle of three-man of Louvre. And they lost their chance for this Lord.
It's not enough time there, but you saw how Rafaela bought so much time from the side of Louvre Esports. Over-commitment from X-Ray, but now this is opening things up for Lore to fight that here. They know the Zero is not in the pool, but Nanas, is he going to steal the goal? No, the falling star, no, it doesn't connect. It gets picked off from the Harry here, but off the map as well, you can see Chiku picking a fight with Terizla. Is it going to be A-okay, but the Lord, they clean out WQXD. That will be in for them. Gushin gets taken out instead. W-Chai still surviving that though.
They still have the Lord, so it's great news for Louvre to still hold on for this one. But I guess this Lord's still gonna go down under. And here comes
LY4, what are you doing? You are gonna go down for the count here. Esmeralda is gonna be charging up those shields here by Harif. Adam, look at his so low. Rafaela providing a little bit of slow buff there. But the person, the penalty zone was blocked by the wall.
Oh, that was some great slick moves coming from Moon. Just escaping it by just a little bit of an inch. But here comes Moon just doing as much as you can, knowing that there is enough shield, but here comes the commitment. The wall's coming off. Flicker being popped up by Rafaela as well. And now all the effort coming down in vain. At least Louvre managed to stall it for a little bit more, but the gap is closing up. Let's have a look at the items right here. Kufra has already got that immortality as well as Athena's. And there's so many of these damage items all across these carries.
Oh no, the fleeting time is going to be a crucial one coming in from Chiku here. Chiku needs to find an opportunity to burst some of these heroes here to make way for the Esmeralda. But Nanas, once again, needs to make a run here. Courage must has been used. He has Immortal, but unfortunately, no team is ready to provide the assist here as they are going to be focusing towards the bottom lane here. Nanas buying a little bit more time. Tyrant's Rage, 3 members here. Look at bottom here instead. Todak, they've got this opportunity. They're going to try slam onto his WQXD. Is it going to be enough here? No. X-Ray missed his Abyssal Strike. They need to back off.
Oh no, they really need to back off in time. They're marching towards the top side as well. It's just them getting bitten back by Karma, like you said. Adam immediately having enough of that speed to take down the top lane in the towers. But here comes Sika going with the Incandices, trying to pop those daggers in towards the face of the Harry, but it's a little bit too fast. Not that furious anymore.
Not that furious indeed here, but Karma is gonna be so sweet here. Todak tried to pull one on the Louvre Esports, but gets punished here. Nice defense coming from WQXD. You saw how Leomon bought enough time to clear the creep wave and push everyone from the side of Todak here, but still, the tier 3 is relatively healthy from the side of Louvre Esports down bottom as well.
Now, we're looking at these scoreboards right now, 16 to 19, and I'm looking at Rafaela. Really doing a lot of great job healing people up, but I'm really worried for Chiku because he really needs to get all the way towards the back line. It proves to be a really difficult task to do. There is a couple of options for him. He can either go for Adam, he could possibly go for AY, or sometimes if WQXD
honestly, Contra, I'm a little bit concerned here because AY's got the Necklace of Durance to try and deal with the life steals coming in from Derov. But at the same time, Todak has no Necklace of Durance or even the... what's it called again? The physical one. I lost my name.
It's okay, my friend. Like, we'll get there in time. But I think that having the Necklace of
the
Durance
Halberd, sorry.
Yeah, the Halberd. Well, yep. I guess that's a great item to have. But the Necklace of Durance at this late game, it's definitely going to be something that's really important, especially when you're dealing with the Rafaela. When you're dealing with Nanas as well as Moon, You really need something that could possibly negate all these sort of healing or shields, but now they're going for the setup inside of the jungle. Will anyone fall into this pit of a trap? It's just going to be real intense.
Setting things off again here, but they need one solid pick off here. But like I said, Todak, they're a big concern here. But they catch one and 3 to 1 more combos. It's going to be a quick one. But the penalties on catch and 3. What is going to be happening here? Louvre Esports, they try to salvage this fight. But now Todak, they need to retreat. They need to back off. This is what happens when you try to mess with the Teresa. And no, they're going to be getting finished off here. The Nas is trying to make a run for it, but they will lose 1. They will lose 2. They will lose 3. And that is 4 going in favor of Louvre Esports.
This might just be game right here. Look at the depth timers. It's about 40 seconds. They just need the minions up. So E1's doing all he can to stall things out. But they're looking for the hole. And this might just be the nail in the coffin for game number 1 between Todak as well as Louvre. But E1 is still right in front of them. He still has immortality. Just buy enough time. Phantom Steed just marching right in. This will be game 1 secured in the hands of Louvre Esports.
Louvre Esports, fantastic stuff. And the only thing that Todak lost was because of the